Good morning. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for November 10th, 2018.
Today on the show, we're talking Shrek.
We got some Fallout 76 updates for you guys.
Some Hulu and Disney news.
And Prima Guides is going somewhere. We'll let you know where.
Stay tuned.
So now.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast.
Where we talk about game and movie news and other entertainment news and other sort of junk that's happened in the last week.
Welcome. My name's Tony.
I'm Nick.
Chris.
He's not there.
I'm not really here.
He's not here.
Figment of your
You've
imagination.
astral projected your way here. I've watched a lot of Sabrina.
I've watched all of Sabrina. But that's for a different
I got
time.
no time for that.
Oh, we're gonna get one of those weird little faces. Yep, Fallout.
Fallout. I'll fall your out.
What's the face? What?
When you when you hashtag stuff on.
Oh, okay. Should we jump into it?
Let's do this.
Let's go into this.
First,
let's pull this Band-Aid right off right now.
Let's talk about the exciting news here.
I'm glad you think Shrek is that exciting. Apparently Universal thought so too.
Because they are making another Shrek film.
They're rebooting it.
Yes, they are.
And they're keeping all of the original cast.
What? Yes, they are.
They
Everyone from Mike Myers to John Leguizamo.
Everybody's back.
Farquaad.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a different guy.
Yes, you did. John Lithgow is who you're thinking.
John.
Thank you. Thank you.
The other guy is a Latino actor.
Huh? I'm assuming so.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Everybody's back.
I'm assuming he's not doing anything, right? So
no, everybody's back.
What is he really up to?
Nothing.
But that's it's blowing my mind that
Shrek is coming back.
Not even that they're rebooting it.
Yeah, again.
Well, the last
one of
few.
One of them was a time travel one, wasn't it?
No, they've gone all over the place.
No, that hasn't been time travel.
I thought there was a time travel.
The last one?
Well, not the last one necessarily, but there
I
was.
thought she lost her
one.
memory and they had to go through the motions.
I don't remember anymore. There was one where John Cleese is a frog.
No, that's not that's.
Wasn't that the first one?
No, the first one
he was
a
a short
to
little
rescue Fiona, and it was Lord Farquaad.
No, second one it was the fairy godmother.
Okay, yes. Well, this is why we need a Shrek reboot. Because
I can't remember anymore.
We have no visible discernation between all
three.
These Shrek.
Actually, I lose track after what 3 was.
There's more than 3.
3 is when Justin Timberlake showed up.
What?
As King Arthur.
Oh my God! I need to watch that. That sounds terrible.
No, you don't.
Thanks, Jake. And hi, Jake. Welcome back,
Hi, Jake.
Welcome.
No, you don't.
That sounds
really.
amazing.
4, I can. That's the one I can't remember what happened. That might be the time travel one.
How many Shreks are there? Okay, hold on.
5.
4.
5.
Puss in Boots does not count.
Google. How many Shrek movies are there?
4. Shrek includes Shrek, Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, and other films.
Shrek the Third was.
And don't forget
Shrek Forever After.
Oh God, because they number punned it.
After.
Puss in Boots does not count.
Puss in Boots does not count, even though they have the interactive Netflix one too.
Oh,
I have
that's
to
right.
see that.
Yeah,
Which is no longer. I guess none of this is canon anymore. Let's just scrap it all.
Yeah.
Netflix is like, son of.
Yeah, we bought all those rights to all of this stuff.
They did.
Maybe Netflix. Maybe it's their fault. Maybe Netflix is like, you reboot this now. We're doing a Netflix original.
Nobody's watching these movies anymore.
Netflix original.
No one really
Shrek.
wants to watch Shrek unless you're like 15.
I like the first Shrek.
2.
It's novel, yes.
The first 2, but then they started 3 when they started introducing the King Arthur in that.
With JT.
With
JT. That got a little weird.
Bring it on down to Armaville.
Yeah.
That's an SNL sketch, not the actual thing.
Okay,
That would fit well into the movie.
I thought you were quoting it for a second.
No. I just like JT on SNL. Or when he does stuff with Jimmy Fallon. In all honesty, that's
They're best buds.
Of course they are. I'm sure him and Lonely Island would get back together in a heartbeat if they could.
They are still together.
Well, only like JT will do stuff with them every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well,
But Lonely Island's basically just Anna Samberg and those other two guys that
Yep.
I don't
we don't know their names.
I don't know.
No,
They're funny,
they've done
they're
a lot
funny.
of stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Either
So,
way, yeah,
Shrek,
Shrek reboot. I don't know. Do
if
we
you-
need this?
I think so.
I think it's Ogre now. It's all Ogre now.
I think you need it.
You think we need it?
I really don't give a...
Because really,
Correct.
like
I
I
don't
said,
care.
I can't remember the fourth. It's that bad.
I honestly don't even remember the third.
And this would be a restart for that. Restart it over and do it properly.
I just don't know how you do this without changing.
It's just the
the
it's-
visual style and
It's
this.
the first
and that.
movie, except
Just
it looks
prettier?
better.
Yeah.
Hey, Star Wars did it.
It's just
Shrek remastered.
They didn't
Deluxe.
Meanwhile, Mike Myers is like, I
Shrek's
thought
Deluxe.
it's just a
Super Shrek remastered deluxe
pro version.
plus.
Pro version. Pro amble.
I think you're right. I think they got too convoluted with a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
been-
Like, especially as evidence, I didn't realize there was more than 3.
Now the big question is All Star still going to be like the
better be.
song
It better
of
be.
Shrek?
Smash
If
Mouth
they're
better be on.
keeping the cast the same,
They better
keep that song the same.
Again, just take the audio tracks from the first movie and make it better.
That's why the voice cast is
It's
the same.
exactly.
Exact same
Meanwhile,
movie.
Mike Myers is like, I thought they would call me.
Yeah, Mike Myers is like, well, they haven't
But
called me.
this,
yet. What's going on?
it is kind of weird though, because I've heard rumors that they're doing another Austin Powers.
They are.
I can see
But they're
that.
continuing that.
That doesn't surprise
Of course
But-
they will.
me. In all
Why not
honesty,
restart that? That'd be a good one. Or
in all
restart two.
honesty, from what I've heard, and the best story synopsis, like rumor that I've heard, is Seth Green is now like the big bad,
Of course.
and Dr. Evil has to team up with Austin Powers to take down his son.
Of course there was. Of course it would.
And I'm like,
They did that in the.
No, they didn't.
Yes.
They didn't do it yet.
not that to that extent, not where it was the whole film.
First, second one was Golden.
The last one was Gold Member.
No, the second one was Gold Member. No,
We really just need the Google Home down here to ask questions to at this point.
first one was International Man of Mystery, Spy Who Shagged Me.
the Spy Who Shagged Me was the second one.
Yes,
Yeah.
but who was the villain in that?
The fat guy. Who was
Fat
also
Bastard?
Fat Bastard,
No.
yeah.
No, that was
Fat
Goldmember.
No, it was still, no, Gold, no.
Oh, good. Sorry,
It was-
that
it
was
was
Oh,
still
right,
Dr. Evil.
Goldmember was, yeah.
It's
thank
its
you.
old movie.
Right,
Gold Member was the third one.
right.
And then Dr. Evil was still the enemy in the
Yeah.
villain in the second one. It was just a different movie. It was basically the same movie all over again.
But yeah, this one they would say like put Seth Green's character as like
I can
he's
see that.
taken over, but he's gone too far. Like he's doing too well or something like that. And Dr. Evil's like, no, this isn't right. Like no.
Well, no, he joined. Dr. Evil joined the good guys at the end of 3.
So it's basically
I
Despicable
don't
Me.
remember 3.
Yeah.
It was Gold Member. They obviously
I don't know if he
travel
tr-
back through time stuff.
Oh god.
Let's not talk about time travel in that movie.
But no, but they did that because they brought Goldmember to activate his satellite.
Yeah.
Sure.
So they brought him back, and then somewhere in the process, Dr. Evil went to jail and got out, and then they had to work together to take down
Right.
Goldmember.
Mhm.
And then at some point, I thought Seth Green's character was,
I don't know.
no, let's still do this.
I don't know. Either way,
Well,
so
And
all we
Austin
need
Powers'
now,
dad was
all
in
we
it.
need now is a Wayne's World reboot, and Mike Myers is set for the next like 10 years.
I don't know. if
they've been
we're gonna
talking
see
about that
though.
for eons.
I don't know if Bill and Ted can get another excellent adventure. I think Wayne's World could pull off.
I don't
something.
think.
I don't even think
I don't know
that's
if
going
people
to
will go
actually
see
happen.
that though. Bill and Ted has kind of this cult, super cult following.
I know they do. I think Wayne's World could sell if they did
I
it
don't
right.
think-
Although I don't know if Dana Carvey could still pull off a lot of that stuff.
Probably good.
Keanu Reeves is too busy being a killer right now.
He's done at the end of 3.
I still haven't even seen the second one.
You should.
I know. Waiting for Netflix or something.
I also haven't seen the
Or
second
just
one.
a source that has.
Nope, I have seen the
readily
second
available
one.
To,
I have seen the second one.
yes, you have because we talked about that. In
Yes. I've seen the second one.
I
I'm
feel
now
like I
waiting
really
for the
need
third
to.
one, except there's someone in it that I don't like.
Halle Berry.
That's the one.
See, I know you. I kind of know your actors.
You
as
got
an
me
actor.
down. Yeah.
The one that I don't like. All?
Everyone.
Pick one.
Yes.
What was I going through the other day and I saw something like, oh, that could have been such a good movie. But Julia Roberts was in it.
Yeah, but she's a bad actor, though.
It depends on the movie. I have found that with Julia Roberts. If they don't need her to act, it's a good film.
I'd like to see what Ocean's 8 looks like.
Ocean's 8 was good, but she's not in it.
I thought she was in.
No, she's in all the other Ocean's movies.
Oh, good. That's why I hated them.
In one of the Ocean's movies, she plays Julia Roberts, or she plays a character who has to pretend to be Julia Roberts.
Yes.
My head hurts.
I remember that.
Ocean's 12?
That was the latest one. 13.
12. No, 13. All the girls were gone because none of them
No.
signed. Yeah, none of them signed on for a movie.
They couldn't have done 13 without having them in it.
No, there was none of the ladies.
Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12. There's 3, Ocean's 13.
No, because at the beginning of 13, at the beginning of 13, it's essentially like, "Where's Tess?" And it's like, "You shut up." And then there's a point where Brad Pitt and George Clooney cry while watching Oprah.
So they
'Cause the girls broke up with them.
The Age of Ultron did when
Yeah.
they tried to talk about the girl friends, but they weren't there in the
Yeah.
party. Okay.
Yeah, they did that with because 13 was them getting revenge on Al Pacino.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought she was in it.
No.
No.
Ocean's 8 was good. Sandra Bullock,
Mhm.
Kate Blanchett, like decent flick. I'd take another.
Helena Bonham Carter.
She was okay. She plays her like all the
Rihanna.
time. Rihanna played. Sure.
She played herself?
She was barely in it.
Damn.
Like she was the geek at the computer who every once in a while made a comment and you're like, all right, Riri, like way to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she was in it just enough where you're like, I'm not annoyed by you, but I couldn't be like, you should get an Oscar.
Not yet.
No.
But like Sandra Bullock, at least you're like, yeah, you are clearly of the same cloth of Danny Ocean sort of thing. Kate Blanchett plays a very good Brad Pitt character.
I still need to see it.
And Helena Bonham Carter just plays Helena Bonham Carter. She's,
Crazy.
kind of twitchy and a little off the wall, and yeah.
It's like the Ghostbusters version of Oceans.
Which again, I'd like Ghostbusters, so
I
that's.
I was
So
pleasantly
what we need is
surprised.
soft reboots then.
But
Like Shrek.
Ocean's 8 did a good job of the reboot thing where they're like, you're Danny Ocean's sister, and there was a couple like nods to the old movies.
That's what you do with Shrek.
All female
No,
actors.
No. Cameron
Female-
Diaz is the ogre, and
She has to save Shrek.
Mike Myers is the prince.
Whoa!
Human prince.
Snap! Who turns out to also be an
No,
ogre.
he stays human.
What?
Yeah.
what
Have
does-
that interracial
what does,
It is 2018 after all.
What about the
I got this movie. Don't
what
worry.
about Eddie Murphy's character, the donkey and the dragon?
He's a
there?
dragon.
He's a dragon. No, okay.
Do you get a dragon, Eddie Murphy?
You put him as something else, not a donkey. I don't know what though.
I'd be down for a little skinny dragon of
It's kind of
Eddie
like
Murphy.
it's like it's another role that he's used to.
done.
Yeah, that's true.
Either way, moving
Yes,
on from Shrek. I can't believe that lasted that long.
It's
Go
Shrek.
team! 13 minutes on
Oh,
a Shrek reboot.
It's all ogre now.
We stretched it.
We did stretch
Yes.
that one. We took that one. Got good mileage out of that. Good job,
Yeah,
team.
I don't
Yeah.
want
It's
to
only 'cause I said I would be
myself.
okay with it.
I don't want to. I don't want to be part of ogres. No.
Don't make him an ogre. Make him a.
It's one of those
Troll.
things that I'm gonna have to
Troll.
wait. And he's
Or
from
a
the World
goblin.
of Warcraft universe,
Or a
and now
goblin.
And now he's got giant armor pieces.
yeah, giant shoulders. As
He's
you
already
always
kind
need.
of. Well, he had leather.
Um,
He's a mage.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Uh,
Fallout 67 is a game that comes out in a couple
76.
weeks. 76, sorry.
Yes,
It's
it
a
comes.
game
I
that
think it's
comes
next
out
week.
I thought it was later than that.
18th.
That
Next
was
week.
next year.
No. It's a
Like
2018
early
game.
next year.
It's a
No, like
2018 game.
next week.
It's a 2018 game.
Like there's Pokemon coming
games.
out
There's Pokemon
and Fallout,
Fallout, and then
Red
another
Dead,
week.
And there's
The Smash.
and then Smash Bros.
there's still Red Dead.
Red Dead's like a next year game for me.
I'm
not even counting Red Dead.
I'm hemming and hawing it right now. I'm like real close to the buy button.
No.
on it.
No.
So yes, but Fallout 76.
Yes.
In other news, it's a Fallout game
Yep.
on the
It's
PC,
beta.
which is prolific with modifications and
Yeah.
mods. Someone posted a question to Bethesda. What are you gonna do with mods online when you can break the game online? And Bethesda's response was, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh shit.
We didn't
so,
see that coming.
So their response was, we will be looking at fixing that as soon as we can.
Mod the game, so when I build one nuke, I build 8,000.
Just
It
just
has
continue.
the power of 8,000.
I want all the keys for all the nukes like spawning in front of me right here.
You stop mods.
and then I no clip myself to the nuke.
In all honesty, this game I could completely understand if there were no mods. I
Yes.
would
Oh,
understand.
totally.
Or if you do, it's offline and it's your
Offline.
own.
Or
But then like you lose 90% of the appeal of what makes the game the game.
Or they do something along the
No.
lines of like what Planet Coaster's planning on doing, which is you can submit art pieces and pieces to a type of thing.
That is
Because part of Fallout, part of the mod system is like if you're being able to build villages, you want to be able to build a sign that says like
I think the big
you
thing
know
is
barrel roll news,
I don't.
clubhouse.
I don't
And
feel
depends
it's
on-
the same with Fallout though.
and they tried to
Oh,
do
yeah,
the
Fallout, big time.
they tried to do the marketplace for mods too for Fallout 4.
And I don't want to pay.
And that's the thing. Like, what constitutes?
If I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna donate to like if I'm using one guy's mods constantly and he has a Patreon account, like sure I'll be
Yes.
like, here, I have used like all of your junk to make my game better. Have $10 because I know you've put hours and hours and hours and hours of stuff in. But
when it comes to game breaking stuff, that's what's people.
I get that. So
That's
that's
what
what I
causes
mean. Like,
people concern.
I-
make a marketplace, but it's free and it's just to pretty
you can
much
upload stuff.
weed stuff out of like.
Because I think for the Xbox One, I don't know if it exists for the PlayStation 4 for Fallout 4. The mod system is shared across the Steam community as well on Xbox, not on PlayStation,
course.
because it has something to do with the economy and assets.
Always
and
does.
stuff.
Yeah.
Always
So-
does with them.
But for the Xbox One, you can literally have anything that the PC has in terms of mods.
Right.
Which is wild for starters. But the
I-
fact
I-
that that's in an online game, and you're right, that's probably the best way is to, if you want mods,
It's
offline mode now. But then you lose like half the appeal of why you wanted to play the game
But no,
in the first place.
no,
Not
not
really. I don't
'cause
play
you played-
Fallout with mods.
You played the other Fallout games because they were good open world games.
Yeah.
It's
But-
still the same thing.
I think the biggest problem to this Fallout legitimately is, bless you, we were talking about it last week. No human NPCs. Like you're pretty
Yes,
much
no
relying on other
other
humans to be
players.
playing this game.
So if you do mods, do you say make it just a private group with 4 people and be like, check it out, we've got ender dragons from Minecraft flying all over my world now because I
Eh.
modded them in.
No.
Take a look. Like,
No.
I
Again,
think
like-
you go offline.
Yeah. Again, and that's my thing with
it
mods.
depends on how
is
much of the game you can play offline, right?
Also true.
All of it.
Well, you're supposed to be able
You're
to
supposed
play
to have
all
a
of it.
choice.
You're supposed to have a choice, but it's
How fun the game will be offline.
Yeah,
is
like
the
how
big
many
question.
how
I
many
think it's
available.
fine. It'd be just as good as any other Fallout game.
Well, apparently someone in the beta, like, what was it, only like 2 or 3 days, someone already launched a nuke in the beta. And that was something you're supposed to get, like, end game stuff for.
See, and that's going to be the
So
problem. Is you're
Alan.
going to be
Exactly. Players are like, no, I want a nuke now.
that's going to be the problem. Is you're going to have all these people in the online stuff rushing to do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
gonna
why
be inconvenient for people like us who don't rush through these games.
And that's the thing. If you can play only
So if
with
I could
friends
play
online,
offline.
that would be
friends
insane.
online, and I think you could.
Or offline.
I feel like you could. Like have a private lobby or a private server.
Yeah,
that
the
you
barrel
guys-
roll news place where like we all build a clubhouse
And it's
then
all like
slowly-
modded to
yeah.
modded to high.
We're not leaving.
Who are
How can we make
who-
this better?
Who are we nuking this time, guys?
Ourselves.
Brian? Cool. Whoever doesn't show up that week is who gets nuked.
That's not good if there's 2 of us.
Rock paper scissors.
Then the 2 people who don't show up that week, they're like, revenge, let's get them back, and our map is just like obliterated,
destroyed.
nothing. Yeah.
Yes, we're just spawning all of the nuke codes in front of
There's
us.
mutated everything around.
Yes.
So
So yeah, I thought that was funny that someone posed that question to Bethesda, and Bethesda's response was, "Oops."
Yep.
Oops. Well,
Was
we'll
it
get
actually oops?
on. Yeah, it was basically an extended like we'll
That's
get
better
on.
than don't you all have phones? Blizzard. We're excited for Warcraft 3 though.
I'm interested. I thought Warcraft 2 was
My
probably
brother
better.
is, yeah, but
Are you
But I
jumping
think-
on this bandwagon?
I think the more important thing is we can have Dota.
Real
Defense-
Dota.
Real Defense of the Ancients, guys.
Real Dota.
Screw Dota 2.
No.
We can have Dota Classic. We can have
I'll stick
Dota
to my World of Warcraft
Dota Classic.
that I haven't been on for about 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, Brian and I played the other night.
And you notice how long I've been gone?
No, I didn't. I
You
wasn't
can probably
able-
see it.
I
It's
was
like,
I was having a hard time getting back into that game myself. Either way, Fallout
Fallout.
76 is a game. It's broken. It's a Bethesda game. Who would have thought?
yeah, surprises
Huh.
surprises no one.
A broken Bethesda game.
But now we can have it broken with everybody online.
Yay!
And imagine if there was cross-platform support.
Who knows at this point?
I think I'm okay with Fallout 76 not having cross.
I like
cross-platform.
how-
if that's
Well, we
the-
have PlayStations now, so we're all good.
We can, yes, and that's
Yes.
if I'm getting Fallout 76, I am getting it on my PlayStation. So
Because it's a shooter and it feels better.
I
feels
don't.
better with the controller.
I've seen some of the early impressions on that game, and
Yeah.
it looks real rough.
It's beta.
it's
It's not even just beta. Like it's just.
You
It's,
gotta give it some slack.
it's
only
coming out
beta.
next week.
We'll
Is it next
see.
week?
Yes.
like the 18th.
I thought it was later. At least.
Like
I
it's
thought it
if
was
it's
later.
not next week, it's the week after.
I lose track of time right
It's
now.
within the
okay?
month.
Yeah, he has no idea what time it is, what day it is.
We're
February.
recording right now. We're recording.
It's
I'm
February.
not dreaming.
No,
Good.
it's February.
We're doing a podcast.
What?
What's a podcast?
Yes.
What are podcasts?
What's a pod and why do I want to cast it?
Ha!
It's like Tide Pods. It's eating Tide Pods.
Next up, some good news for
Don't
those of
eat
us
us.
in Canada
And
other countries other than the U.S.
Yes, Hulu.
With
Everybody.
Hulu.
Disney States.
Disney's purchase of Fox is
So-
something we've been talking about.
Correct. And so Hulu, traditionally a American-only streaming service for TV shows,
Yeah.
is being purchased basically by Disney because Fox owned 33%.
Well, they own 2/3 of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
They'll own
33.
2/3,
Two-thirds.
yeah.
Yeah. So now Disney will own 2/3 of Hulu, giving them the priorities of whatever they want to do with Hulu.
Yeah.
And Disney and Bob Iger has basically said, yeah, like once this Fox stuff goes through,
Yeah.
Hulu will be open for everybody.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign
For
for the Disney
The Disney
service.
Disney
Yes.
service.
And that's
service.
essentially, I think, why
we
this
still
is
don't get the DC.
happening
Yes.
is because Disney was like, well, we're going to make sure our streaming service is everywhere.
Correct.
And obviously, they're not going to have certain programs on their streaming service, so they're like, all the other stuff's going to Hulu,
Mm-hmm.
as we already know. So essentially, it's like, and I was telling my wife this, and she's like, well, isn't that stupid? Why don't they put it all on the Disney one? And I'm like, because they want Disney to be family friendly. And she's like,
Family Guy is not family.
and she's like, so they want us to
Well,
pay for
it-
two
it-
streaming services now? And I'm like, yes.
Which
Well,
would
And
be
I'm like,
fine.
but they'll probably
I wonder-
bundle it. And she's
I
like,
wonder how
like
mo-
cable. And I'm like,
I wonder how adult-oriented or adult-themed The Runaways is. Because I still have to see that. Apparently, that's just a stellar show.
I want Amazon Prime.
I have Amazon Prime.
But
What
there's
do you
no
want on
Marvel.
Amazon
There's no
Prime?
Marvel.
Grind.
Oh yeah, that I still have to watch. See, I have Amazon Prime for
And
the
I
ordering
don't know,
capabilities of Amazon Prime. I never use their
And
I
streaming.
never
the-
think about it.
The Purge show kind of. I'll be interested to see how they do it.
Is that on Netflix or
That's
Amazon?
on Prime, yeah.
It's on
And
Amazon?
the Lord of the Rings is going that direction.
Yeah,
See,
weird.
As a weird.
I kind of
show
need
for
all
me.
these different. I need like 4 or 5 different streaming.
Well,
services.
well, and that's the problem now is it's getting like cable where you need so many
I
of them.
know.
I've dropped Crave.
I never even
Yeah, I
signed
dropped
up.
Crave a long time ago.
Well, and I was gonna keep it around because I was watching Game of Thrones, but I haven't watched Game of Thrones in forever. So I'm like, and then I jumped on Crunchyroll because it was
that's-
cheaper and I
that
could
was
play,
my- that's
watch
my-
Dragon Ball with.
What? How much is that one?
It's $9 a month or $6
$6 a
$9 to
month,
6 to
yeah.
$9 a month, something. Yeah.
Do I really need that right now?
No.
And I can watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
Super.
I know, but
All, you can watch all of the animes.
Not all of them. Dragon Ball Z's not on there, and Dragon Ball's not on there. You have to have Funimation streaming service to watch those.
I know
Oh
it's
my
got
God.
cost money.
Probably.
Yes, I believe so. I don't know.
Or maybe
my
it's
coworker has it, so
Okay.
because he's like, I've been watching all the anime. Because his kids are old enough to read now, so they can do all the subtitles.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, and Dragon Ball, honestly, I find better in.
Is
in-
Rama on Crunchyroll? I don't know. I don't think you know.
I
what
have
show it is.
I have Sailor
See,
Moon,
I get
Card
Crunchyroll.
Captors, and
I would only be watching Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Super is super, and there are like
I
a
hear it's really
bajillion
good.
episodes.
I've kind of watched online some.
Yeah.
Some near the
I've
end
watched the
towards
movies,
show.
and that's my extent of that.
I just love like the. I'll
Of the
talk
new
about it.
stuff.
I'll talk about it on the
Okay.
post-credit show.
But there's so many different streaming services. I'm hoping they're all decently priced.
Well, and that's
like,
the
what,
piece.
Netflix is what 13 right now.
I think so.
That's fine. That's
I watch Netflix
That's
enough
kind
to
of about
not
my
worry
range.
about that one.
Yeah, I mean, between all the new stuff that they have.
But
and
that's
all
where
of-
Crave was like at $10 a month or whatever it was, and I'm like, I'm not watching you enough to so.
Right.
And I was really into Dragon Ball, and I'm like, screw the commercials on this. Like, I'll just. Now I signed up thinking I could sign up and then unsubscribe in a month,
Yeah.
and then I found out there's like 100 episodes of Dragon Ball Super.
Oh no,
You're
yeah,
not-
there's tons.
And I'm
not-
like-
you're not gonna.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever.
Among
And
all
really,
the
by the
other-
time you finish, well, I think for me, by the time I finish that,
Yeah.
among all the other
the
anime
next
that exists.
the next Dragon Ball is coming up.
Yeah.
So,
And then I'll just switch to Card Captors for a while. See which one's
Is
better dubbed or
Yu-Gi-Oh!
something.
on
Yeah.
there? Yeah, that's all right. I have
now,
another show.
now I want to know if Rama's on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. Oh, what a service. Either way, we are getting Hulu in Canada at
Yes.
least, and the Disney Plus service should be also in Canada. We also now know that it is Disney Plus and not Disney
Play.
Which, like I said, I think they're looking at the App Store going like, oh, Google Play.
It really doesn't.
Damn. All right, we'll
Can they put it on a PlayStation?
and Google Plus is dying, so Disney Plus works out.
Now, where can you stream Hulu? Like, is it just a?
Right now,
It's on a web
Well, like,
browser right
But
now.
could I go on my PlayStation?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's on your
Crunchyroll
Switch.
and-
It's the only streaming service other than YouTube now.
Well,
on
the
your
thing
available
is,
Switch.
you can't download it in Canada.
But if it comes
when it
international,
comes, yes, it will.
Yeah.
You will be able to download.
So yeah,
Everything will still be on my PlayStation.
everything you can watch Netflix on has Hulu.
Right.
We just
Whether-
don't see it.
whether
Whether
it's
my
on
PlayStation
PlayStation-
doesn't die.
Whether it's on your
Yeah.
PlayStation or your Switch or Amazon Fire TV or Apple Play or Apple TV or whatever.
See, that's the other reason I don't watch Amazon Prime is because I can't cast it to my Chromecast.
Mhm.
That's the only because they're in that weird little fight, so it's like.
I want to watch
It's
Jack
the only thing-
PlayStation.
I can watch it on PlayStation. I can watch it on my smart TV, and but usually, I'm watching TV like not on those. And when I am watching TV, I'm watching something else, or hockey, or
Mhm.
Okay.
you know, well, no, we've PVR'd enough stuff, but
Okay.
So yes, looking good.
well,
for
and
Hulu.
Did they
I-
say?
It's
Did
pretty
they give
cool.
a kind of a
No.
general?
Of course not.
date?
Disney
Well, the
Disney
official
Plus
date-
is supposed to be in
2019.
late
Next year,
2019.
yeah.
So that's real
But nothing
far
for
away.
Nothing for Hulu.
Nothing for Hulu, but I'm assuming once the Disney Plus drops, Hulu, it's kind of going to be a
I think Hulu comes first. I think the
think?
Hulu.
I think Hulu will
I think
come
international Hulu comes
Because it's already
first.
just because it's
established.
already done.
Oh yeah, it's literally like the cross-platform thing where it's like from off to on.
Yeah.
You just hit the switch and it goes like
See,
everywhere.
The Disney Plus being so late is kind of surprising because we've already seen
That's
pictures
more of a
like,
development thing for
the
them.
Mandalorian. We've already seen pictures of that. We've already kind of got.
The Loki show is definitely
Yeah, it's,
confirmed.
I was gonna say
They have all
while
these
you're talking about
plans.
that.
It's like it sounds like they're pretty far in development with them.
I
And
think
you know
they're
what?
probably testing the interface with
They're t-
with crowds and this and that. With
They probably have
crowds
like
and-
super private alphas between like you're on the West Coast, you're on the East Coast. Okay, let's test it out now. Let's like stream it and see
Yeah.
what your quality is between whichever.
I think
server.
Disney jumping into this is very aware of if they screw up.
Which is very hard for them.
No.
Well, but this is
This
why
is
it's
new
hard
for them.
for them.
This is new for them.
because they test stuff
No,
enough.
it's hard
where-
for them to fail.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, but they do so much testing.
Yeah,
that
there's
it's-
enough testing going on. Like if you go to a Disney park, you'll have someone come up to you and they're dressed like in the whole Disney get up gear. Like they look like guest services. So
Yeah.
they've got the vest on and the little bow tie and the whole.
They look like Mickey.
No,
No.
you can actually tell like Disney staff look like Disney staff, and they'll come up to you and it's like, "Hello, I hope you're having a magical day," and you're like,
Okay.
Yeah, hey.
Go
How
away.
much drugs are you on?
Yeah. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid, man. And they're like, "Do you have a moment to answer a few questions?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure." And they're like, "If you want to answer them now, like I can take you and you can like do a survey. Like, do you have time to do that for us?" And it's like, "Sure." Like, I really don't mind.
Mhm.
Because legit, it's them going like, "We need your opinion on."
That's the best way to get it, right?
Yep.
You get
Or they'll legit sit there and go like, "Can I just grab your email and we'll email you the survey and you can answer it within the next like month?" And they're like, "It's preferable if you do it like, when you leave tonight, get back to your,
Sure.
like house, hotel, whatever." And it's like, "Sure." So I hand them my email and you go there and they've got like an iPad set up and it's like, "Did you buy food today?" And you're like, "Yes." "What did you think about the quality of the food?" "It was, mediocre." "What did you think of the price of the food?" "It was too expensive." "What did you think?"
yeah.
It's always too expensive.
When I'm spending $8 for a hot dog, you're going like, "This was not worth it." But sometimes you find like that one place in the park that actually has decent food and you're like, "Yeah." PT Dubs, if you're ever going on a Disney trip, Disney World has better food than Disneyland. Just throwing that out there.
For now.
I'll let you know what
Change
Disney.
it up.
Till they read all my surveys.
I'll let you know what Disney Tokyo's like. Disney Sea.
Yeah,
I
and
think
that's
that
I'll
would be a
let- I'll
different
let-
food.
Oh yes.
yes, that'll be a
Wow.
different
Together,
experience.
so-
See, in
Wildly
Disney World is different because it's a resort,
Mhm.
whereas Disneyland is still just
That's a
a
park.
theme park.
I'm interested to see what Disney Sea is.
Me too.
Looks
That'll be
like,
cool.
looks like.
Either way, moving on to
moving
the...
on to last-
This one's kind of sad, even though I haven't bought a strategy.
Who
Last-
buys things anymore?
last strategy guide I
physical copies.
The last strategy guide I bought was the Metal Gear Solid 5 one.
Yep.
Because it was like a nice, hard collector's edition.
And that's
looking
exactly
book.
it. And when you open these things, like they have, the fun facts and the cool art. Like they
sometimes,
do them up.
Sometimes they get the art right from, like, they commission the people who do the games to be like, let's make some art for this cover.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
either way,
cool.
the Prima Strategy Guides company
It's
is
going down
shutting down. Anything they're currently working on will be finished, but they're not starting any new strategy guides. So Super Smash Bros.
I think
Ultimate
that's already
is
done.
essentially like
The
one
big-
of the last big ones that they're doing.
I could maybe see. They probably did a Red Dead one.
I'm assuming they've done a Red Dead one.
I would hope
Yeah,
they
a
did.
Red Dead one.
But for like this kind of stuff, like these are the ultimate like.
they're probably
oh,
not making a Silent Man one.
No, but it's like you want to collect stuff, you bought these strategy guides. You wanted the
Exactly.
fun facts, and they're again collectible because they're pretty and they're nice, and
Yes.
they've like there's hard work put into them as opposed to going to like game facts and clicking on a
Or-
text file and
reading it on subreddit
Yeah.
or.
the problem with online strategy guides is, or I mean the problem with these strategy guides is like there's no control F to find what you're looking for. Like I need Easter egg number 6.
No.
That's all I need. Click, click, find, done.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah, you can't control F a book.
yeah,
You can't
control F the book. You just gotta like, okay, secrets, eggs, Easter egg number 1, 2,
Where to
3,
find this
4, 5,
specific
6.
weapon? I need to
Yeah.
go to this quest here.
It's like playing D&D, with the book
Yep,
with the
yep,
manuals,
yep,
and you're
yep.
like, I got this sword. Hold on.
What does it do?
What's the? Hold on. And
What race are you though? Oh, hold on.
yeah, and then you read it's like has special effect. Wonder
What
what
is
that does.
What does that do again?
Get out the other
go,
book.
Go from the beginning of that book again. So yes, unfortunately, Prima is going a wayside.
Yeah.
Print media is dead.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
This adds to that.
we're at that point where yes, we can honestly just say print media is dead and we're done. So
There's a reason why
I
we're
don't know when
doing
the last time I
this.
bought a magazine was, anyways.
well, and it's funny.
The last magazine I bought was the last Nintendo Power.
I have one of those, and we've been going through like under the stairs of my house, and I've lived in the same place for my entire life. I own the place now. It's not like that kind of thing. But we were going under the stairs where I've kept all of my childhood junk in boxes, and we've slowly been taking stuff out and putting it around places just because we're like it's our place now. Like we can have a room full of toys, and it's like yeah, we can.
Yeah.
But in some of those boxes were my old Disney Adventure magazines from
God.
the 90s and my Ranger Ricks that were like, Ranger Rick was a raccoon and it told you about nature in Canada and here and there and everywhere. And I had those magazines. So I took them to my work and showed the kids those. So there's like a Disney Adventure magazine with NSYNC on the front. And they're like... and they're like, what? And I'm like, see this one with the almost white hair? And they're like, yeah, who's that loser? And I'm like, Justin Timberlake.
That was.
And they're all like, gotta read it.
Of course they do, and then they realize how shitty it is. that's the hook, line, and sinker.
I still have to laugh with the Disney Adventure books or the magazine, and then me. If I finished a book, like a novel of some kind, a chapter book, my reward was a Disney Adventure magazine. Once I finished that, my next reward was a new book.
Yeah.
Somehow my parents tricked me into this loop of like, once you finish reading, you can read more. And I'm like, okay.
This is why print media is dead.
It's exactly why print media is dead.
Like, I can just go online at any point in time.
Now the trick is, how do you evolve from print media to online and digital media?
Just
And
publish-
some places
do what
can't.
you did on print media, but on the internet.
Yeah, and some people can't make that transition.
Right.
Because again, who's going to buy a Prima guide even online when I can go on Reddit and be like, guys,
What is?
How do I do this?
or stuck,
or
who do?
YouTube even.
Yeah, or
Maybe
YouTube.
maybe that's what Prima Guide needs to do.
Because on the
video guides.
on the Reddit thread for Prima guides shutting down, someone's like, oh man, I remember like Game Facts way back in the day, and one guy's like, I still Game Facts. Where do we go now, guys? Like, and everybody's like, YouTube or here?
YouTube is a really good.
Well, because you can watch it.
Yeah, you can see exactly how it's done. Because I remember reading some of those old Prima guides. It's like, what am I supposed to do?
Well,
and if
because-
you missed a step, you're screwed.
And
'cause-
some of them were good because they didn't want to and that's why some of the guides are good because they didn't spoil anything. Watching it, you're like, oh, that's what I'm exactly expecting.
Well, that's how I find my dungeon entrances in Warcraft.
Me too. Oh,
I love-
totally.
and especially if
There's
you
a great 30-second one. This is how to get here.
Yep, they speed up the
from
flight.
here.
right, as long as they put the giant warning, spoiler, warning, spoiler, warning,
Well, for the
spoiler.
dungeon, then
For,
that's not
for
spoilers.
WoW, it's not. But yeah,
For WoW,
for WoW, it's
WoW's
perfect.
Yeah, WoW,
Yeah.
that works for WoW. But
yeah, if you're playing like a Metal Gear Solid game,
Metal
and they're
Gear
like,
or
this is
Red-
how you get into this place, and all of a sudden
there's
there's
like a giant ass cutscene that
Yeah.
you're watching. It's like, oh,
Oh,
Oops.
that's not what I wanted to watch. Yeah,
this is how you get to the cutscene.
but yeah, I've used it for WoW. I don't know how many times when I'm like, how do I get to
Any
this
kind of
dungeon
on-
entrance?
Any kind of online games is really, really good for
BlackRock
that.
spires on paper.
Especially,
but
and
that went
it
off
really
my head
helps.
now, we're good.
And especially when it comes to a big online game, say maybe Grand Theft Auto 5
Sure.
online, where the economy in the world is constantly changing. As soon as you print out your strategy guide, it's going to be outdated in 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have a YouTube video or a YouTube channel, you can constantly,
it.
yes, you can constantly add this is now as of patch, blah blah blah, this date.
Yep.
You can do this. If you're trying to do it before this patch, you're not going to have a good time.
Well, and that's even half the WoW stuff when you do watched. It's like, this is from this patch, da 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 da
Exactly.
da da da.
So,
Like, they
and-
make
and-
sure to
and
say
in
that
the-
kind
in
of
this
stuff.
ever-evolving world where games are never complete when they come out on day one.
Yay!
So
yeah.
Piranha Plant.
Eh.
I'm excited for
they,
Piranha
they,
Plant.
they did that with Mewtwo.
I know. I'm excited.
I'm
for,
okay with that.
I'm excited for the addition of Piranha Plant just because it's Piranha Plant and it's pissing so many. It's pissing
I'm
people off, but
super-
not pissing them off. They're like,
But why?
okay, it's not Banjo and Kazooie, but I can't be mad.
It's not Isaac.
Yeah, but I can't be mad. Like, everybody's like, it's not who I wanted it to be, but good job, Betty.
I would love
Like-
to see Spider-Man as a character in Smash. Web swings.
He's a Sony exclusive.
Don't care. So was Final Fantasy VII's Cloud.
Yeah, well, Sony is really holding on to that death grip of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man.
But yes, print media is dying. Sorry, Prima guides.
Yeah, and that's the only unfortunate thing is they did put so much good work into theirs.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those things where you're like, oh, that sucks that you're gone. Because there was no way for them to transition that online without doing subscriptions. And again, no one's going to pay for subscriptions for
No.
When you
Prima
can,
guide.
especially when there's a dime a dozen YouTube tutorials,
Yeah.
Reddit's out there,
Or again,
game facts.
you can
like
legit
everything.
go online and just be like, guys, I'm stuck. What do? And
How
someone
many
will
times
answer
have
your
I
question.
Googled in the first sentence of a word,
Yeah.
or first couple words of a sentence,
How to in
and then
Red Dead
Google
Redemption?
and then
yeah.
Google fills it in for me. He's like, oh, that's exactly. Other people have had issues with this mission
Yeah.
as I
Breath
have.
of the Wild, mystical. Oh,
Oh.
horse. Yep, that's the one I. Yep, yep. Someone
yeah.
else has asked this question already. Oh, look, 12 people have asked this question already.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So,
I will let you know in the post credit, Jake.
what is it say?
What are we jaking?
It's a movie.
I have not seen it.
He doesn't
I'm-
want to see it.
I'm interested.
Okay, I don't want to see it on the basis that I don't like Venom as a character.
My only thing is I don't want to see it and give Sony the disillusion that
They should do more of these.
They already
That's-
have it on the box office for 2 weeks.
I know.
I know.
That's the worst part about this. That's why I just.
I don't want a Black Cat movie, damn it.
I don't want anything.
Like I said, they can keep making Venom movies because I will continue not to see them.
Yeah, well, you're gonna be disappointed.
Yep.
You'll be disappointed
Until they
real
just
soon.
tie them into Spider-Man.
You're gonna be,
Challenge accepted.
Kevin Feige's gonna be like, no,
No.
but yes.
Could.
He's
Bob Iger might be like, no, we're doing this. If
And
Bob
Kevin-
Iger says that,
And then Kevin Feige quits. That'll be the day.
Oh, boy.
Kevin Feige's up for an Oscar.
for what?
Best something or other for, like, they're pretty much, his name's the one that goes with best picture or whatever. For
Well, they're
What's
I've
his
heard
role?
they're
Isn't he just a
pushing
producer
for
now?
big time.
they're pushing for Oscars for the Infinity War.
They are.
Oh,
They put a
like
big
12,
push out.
12 of them.
I thought 11, but
I think it's 11 for
11.
Infinity War now and like 16 for Black Panther.
sure.
Black Panther's got all the actor nods.
Mm.
Infinity War's not going any actor routes. They're
Well,
just
because there's
special-
so many, there's no real lead.
Special effects,
yeah, special effects and cinematography and editing and this
even directing.
that.
Maybe.
Directing, the Russo brothers are
Writing, maybe
supposedly-
even?
Yeah, writing's in there.
Yeah,
Um,
those guys do not get enough credit.
those two do not get enough credit because I don't even know their names, which is the
I know.
unfortunate thing. I watched
The
an entire.
Russos?
No,
No,
the
the
Russos didn't
writers.
write.
Oh, no.
The writers.
The guys have been writing
Chris
since-
something. Chris something.
There's two of them. The writers have been writing since
Avengers or not Avengers.
Captain America,
right?
First Avenger.
Yeah.
They were the guys who wrote that one, and they've continually been writing movies, and then they teamed up pretty much with the Russos and gold.
Yes.
I heard the Russos fired Ruffalo.
Yes.
Yes. You're still fired, Mark. What are you talking about? Oh.
And then people have asked, and they're like, is Mark actually fired? Yes, we fired him. Did you not see it on Twitter? Like, come on. This is clearly how you fire people.
I find it funny that people take that really, really seriously. And it's like, no.
Yeah, no.
Because one of the people who was in that SNL, or not SNL, the Jimmy Fallon sketch, was it Jimmy Fallon? Yeah, like one of the people in the audience was like, yeah, he totally didn't say anything. He was just spouting.
It's preemptive. They know he's going to.
He was spouting out complete random
They
nonsense.
planned that?
Really? So it's not the last Avenger?
Fired too.
It's like Holland showing up in his Spider-Man costume.
And it's called the Last Avenger, and there's Hulk, and he goes into lava, and then
Becomes the Red Hulk.
yes, that's
That's how
exactly
you're
how the
gonna
Red
pull
Hulk
it
does.
Grey Hulk, as he cools off.
Grey Hulk. Yes, he's
Cools off.
Then he jumps into
For some reason, he looks like
comes
he's
back.
red. For some reason, he looks like the
gray.
original color in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just because gray was easier to print. I went and watched Stanley talk. Were you at that one?
No, but I just know that fan. I know that for a
Yeah.
fact. I know that trip.
I think you've mentioned it before.
He's mentioned that to everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone asks. Why
No,
the Hulk
I'm
is
just.
gray.
I was just.
Everyone asked him.
We're
why.
talking Nick or Stanley.
I have to listen. I saw Stanley talk once.
Probably the last few times you'll ever see him talk.
Probably. It's good. I'm glad I went to see him
I
talk.
know. So yeah. Sorry.
That's it for the news.
Sorry, Prima. That's it. Thanks for watching.
Join us in 5 minutes for the post-credit show where we talk about Venom
Or other movies. Other movies.
and other movies and
Other
TV that we
movies and
see.
games and
games.
experiences.
Other
that
stuff that
done.
we've been doing. Games we've been playing, movies we've been watching, TV we've been watching, and other sort of nerd junk we have been
experiencing.
doing. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.